All right. Thank you so much. I'm Steve Nelson Kyoko, SNK. Today we learn about difference between difference between knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. And about those three things, very much important. I'm very sure you've been asking yourself, how? What's the difference between the three? Because sometimes like they go on hand in hand. So talk about knowledge. What is knowledge? Biblically, we see that knowledge, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. The book of Proverbs. So it's not working well. Proverbs chapter number 1, verse number 7. Proverbs 1, verse number 7, that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of what? Knowledge. What is knowledge? Knowledge is what we call information. Knowledge is having the information, is to know. Knowledge is just to know something. Also about facts, having the facts with you and the truth. That's what you call the knowledge. Knowledge is someone who has got information, knows a lot. You know something. For example, knowing that the fire burns. Moto na choma. Knowing that the fire burns, that is knowledge. Knowing that the fire burns. Talk about also that the Bible talks about Hosea in the book of Hosea, chapter number 4, verse number 6, that my people perish due to lack of. When you lack knowledge, perish. That you to perish. Knowledge you get through learning. Maybe somebody tells you something, maybe you learn it in the class, maybe through experience, you know something. Number 2 is what we call understanding. Understanding is very much important because understanding is simply being able to understanding. There are people who have got knowledge, but they lack understanding. Understanding is ability. It's called ability to comprehend information. To comprehend information. Or we can also talk about ability to get the ability to interpret the information correctly. To interpret. To interpret the information the right way. My pens are not working well. I use the green one. To interpret the information well. That's the right interpretation of the information. Also, ability to get the meaning. To get the meaning out of the information that you have. Get the meaning out of it. Another one is knowing how to use information, knowing how to use, and knowing why is that information given? Purpose. In other words, knowing the purpose of the information. The purpose of what? Knowing the purpose of information. Why is it given? Now talk about something. Next one is number 3. I'm going to use the green one because it's better. Number 3 is wisdom. And wisdom is ability to apply. To apply. Ability to apply. It's not really working well. Let me use make sure that it's something that looks nice. Wisdom. Wisdom. Wisdom, we have said, is the ability to apply the information. Apply the information in the right way. In the right way. Not just application, but are you applying it in the right place? There are people who knows a lot, but they don't know where to say it, and they don't know when to say it. This is knowing when, where to say it, knowing when and where to say it. Let me write using the different pen that may get the meaning what I'm talking about. Knowing when to say the things. People who have know a lot, but they don't know when to say it, when, and even sometimes when to say it and how to say it, when to say it, knowing when to say it. A good thing. I do not want to say things. Don't just say things and how and anywhere. Where, when and where. It's important that you know that. When and where to say what you know. Don't just say it anywhere. It's also ability to make choices. Ability to make the right choice. Depending on the information that you have, the right choice. That's why information comes first. Like the way in the beginning, God gave man what? Information. You are free to eat. The knowledge was given knowledge in Genesis. Man was given knowledge. He knew the things around there. Genesis chapter 1. Ability to make the right decisions and right choices. Decisions and choices. There are people who don't know how to make decisions and which decision to make. Sometimes making decision is easy, but knowing which one to make, it is very tough. Knowing when to make the decision and how to make it, and which one is the best. It's also about judgment also. Remember when this guy called Solomon asked God in the book of First Kings, chapter number 4, right? Chapter number 3, verse number 17. This guy called Solomon asked for this one, so that he may be able to know how to judge, how to make decisions, and how to lead the people of Israel. Very much important. This is very much important for us. The Bible talks about this, that knowledge is important. Understanding is very much important because the bridge between is a bridge. This one follows one another. They are not like this. If you don't understand the information, then application will be hard for you. So you must have the knowledge. There are people who knows a lot, but they don't use the information. Wisdom is using the information. We have to use the information. All that you know and you don't use is useless. Just filling your mind with things that are not useful to you. Wisdom is about proving. You prove it through your action. Proving through action. You prove that you know something and you understand it through actions. Bible says, those who are wise, prove it through your good deeds performed in humility. In the book of James, chapter number 3, number 3. Is it verse number 17? Something like that. And also James 1, verse number 5 says, in case you lack wisdom, James 1, 5. In case you lack wisdom, ask. God gives. God is a giver. In other words, in case you lack wisdom, in other words, God is saying, if you lack how to apply, ask me, and I will guide you in application. That's important. The people of Israel, using an example, they had law. Law was the information, how they are supposed to live, but they did not apply. They were not able to apply the information. Bible emphasizes on application of whatever we know. For example, if you are a believer and you know God, you know the will of God, and you don't do the will of God, Bible calls that what? God calls that, Bible calls that one a sin. It's a sin. If you know and you not do, it's a sin. It's important that as believers we know that we're supposed to move from knowledge to understanding and to application, which is wisdom. And when we move through these steps successfully, then we are going to be effective, because it's the wisdom that makes you effective on the face of the earth. Hallelujah. You are learning. Learning should lead to. It's a very much important point. Learning should lead to what? It should lead to application. Learning should lead to application. There are so many people who are very much educated. Having knowledge is being educated. There are very many people educated in this country, but all that they have learned, they don't apply it. They don't use it to produce something. They don't use it to be effective in this world. So their learning is useless. Learning should lead to action, should lead to application in our lives. Guys, thank you so much. The next video will be the difference between wisdom and foolish. I mean, between a wise person and a foolish person, and also between talk about the foolish, stupid, and a wise person. I'll use some examples in the Bible. Thank you so much for now. Leave the comment below. Hallelujah.